Hey, what's up guys, Lewis here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about learning languages with Netflix. And specifically what I'm going to show you is how you can effectively learn languages with Netflix, whatever language it is. Because most people are learning languages with Netflix in the wrong way, and they're never going to get good results because of multiple problems. So I'm going to show you the end result first. So here I'm on my computer, I'm on Netflix, and essentially the way that most people learn languages is that they just play. I'm not going to play here because of copyright issues essentially, but they just play it here, and they have some sort of maybe Chrome extension where they can hover over the subtitles, and it's going to give them essentially the translation of the subtitle, and that's not really enough to be an effective language learning technique. So here is what we're going to do. So I have an example here. Oops. What's going on? Alright, so sorry about that. I had a little problem on my computer, but essentially here's the final result that we're going to have. And here I'm learning Japanese, but it also works with any language that you want to learn. But here I'm learning Japanese, and essentially what we're going to have is we're going to have a Netflix show that you're going to watch, and using an extension on Chrome plus this piece of software here, which is Anki. I'm going to show you how to install it if you're not familiar with it. We're going to make flashcards out of every scene that seems interesting to you. So there you go. So here, for example, it's a scene with a sentence. So each sentence is one flashcard. Here I read. Essentially, the way I learn languages with Netflix is that I read the sentence in English. It's a translation. He acts like he has a poker face, and then I take a look at the screenshot and I try to remind myself, okay, how was that said in Japanese in the anime? And here I think it is poker faceを気取ってるが. Okay, so that was right actually. So then I'm going to press on good, and it's going to show me the next flashcard. And here the big advantage of this method over just hovering over the subtitles on Netflix is that this flashcard system here is going to make you remember things long term, because it has an internal calendar and an intelligent algorithm that is going to schedule those sentences at the right moment in time, depending on when you started learning it and depending on the history of the flashcard. The biggest challenge in language learning is vocabulary, specifically remembering vocabulary that you have learned in the past. And unfortunately, just hovering over words in Netflix is not going to address this problem. You're going to forget about the words that you've hovered over, because most of them are not going to reappear soon enough that you can actually cement that idea in your mind. Whereas using flashcards, this system here, Anki, is made for long-term retention. As a matter of fact, Anki in Japanese means to remember. So that's what I'm going to show you, and we're going to do this right now. So let's go on my computer. I'm on Netflix here, and of course you need a Netflix subscription to do this, and then you need to find a show in your target language. So here I have a show in Japanese. Now just a little tip here: if you're learning French, for example, and there are not lots of shows in French on Netflix, what you can do, but I'm not recommending this to you because it's against the terms of service of Netflix, but nevertheless, if one were to do this, if you want to get more shows in French, what you can do is get a VPN, which is an app that allows you to go on Netflix from other countries. But I'm not recommending that you do that, but nevertheless, if you want to do this, I have a link in the description to a VPN that you can use, but I'm absolutely not recommending that you do that. Okay, so I'm not the one who recommended that. Anyways, so now that we're on Netflix, we also need to install a Chrome extension, and I already have it. Excuse me, I'm just gonna check that I'm recording. Okay, Yeah, so I already have it installed here. As you can see, there's a little thing hovering here on the left, and what you can do, again, I'm gonna put a link in the description. It's gonna lead you to the website of that Chrome extension, and you just need to create a free account. There's actually a 7-day free trial if you click on the link in the description, and you will install this this Chrome add-on here. So I'm gonna show you how you can install it. So I'm gonna go to Migaku Chrome add-on, and again, you need to have a free account first before you download this this Chrome extension. So go the link in the description. You can create a free free account. Then you'll go on this page here. It's called Immerse with Migaku, or Migaku, and it's written beta here, but I guess there are some bugs. I haven't encountered a lot of bugs, to be honest, but for the stuff that we're gonna do, it's really not going to be a problem. Then there's going to be a click button here, a install button. Just click it, it's going to install it, and then that's pretty much it. There is a little bit more setup that I'm going to show you. Then you go on Netflix and make sure that you have this icon here displayed on the left side. Then you can click it. If it doesn't appear, then just reload the page. So first I'm going to click on this here, the icon of the extension. By the way, if it's not pinned to your extensions, you can just click here on the extension thingy and click on pin here. See, I unpinned it and now I pinned it. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to it's going to ask you to actually log in. So you can log in using your login and your password, and then you need to enable Migaku toolbar and enable recording as well. It's going to enable recording so that the extension can actually record, like the audio and a screenshot to so that it's going to be linked to Anki. All right, now let's go back. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose language selection. Wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, we haven't actually set up Migaku in the right way. So Migaku, once you've actually logged in, you should be redirected to this page here. It's a Migaku settings page. It's gonna tell you to set up Migaku depending on the language that you're learning. So in my case, I'm just going to choose Japanese and Korean. Those are the two languages that I am learning at the moment, and so I'm going to install the defaults, and I think it's going to take a while here, as you can see, a few minutes. So I'm just going to pause the video here and I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. It actually took a pretty long time, I would say 5 to 10 minutes. So we're back on my computer here, and you can see that once the whole loading thing is over, I'm going to be redirected to the Migaku sort of internal page here, and I can just go back to Netflix. I'm going to click on the extension again. So just for good measure, I'm going to reload, because maybe that now that we've finished the whole setup, some additional settings are going to be loaded. So here we're on the page again. I'm going to click again, and as you can see, now that we've done the whole setup thing, we have a bunch of other options that we can select. So I'm going to choose the target language here, and here I'm trying to learn Japanese. So here, by the way, they take all the subtitle files from Netflix, and here mine's are written in French, like the names of the languages. So anglais, français, chinois simplifié, chinois traditionnel, japonais, anglais. This is all French, English, French, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, etc. I'm going to choose japonais, which is Chinese. Alright, so native is my native language. Doesn't matter. I could choose French. I could choose English. I'm going to choose French just as an example, but choose your native language. By the way, if you're an English speaker, do not choose English CC. Choose English just normal. I found that actually English CC is usually it's quite a bit different from just English in the translation. I mean, the meaning is the same, but they try to reformulate certain things. So I would say English is just better. I'm just going to choose French for this one. There you go. And that's pretty much it. Now that we've done this, I'm going to click here on browser, and I have a list of the subtitles of that particular episode. And what I can do is that, look, I'm going to watch my episode. I'm not going to press play here for copyright issues. I don't want to get into trouble with Netflix. But yeah, here, so I'm looking at I'm watching my stuff on Netflix, and when I encounter a sentence where there's a word that I don't know that interests me, then I'm just going to take a look here in the sidebar. By the way, the sidebar is going to be scrolled automatically depending on where you are in the episode. Then I can just essentially click on this button here, which is going to export this thing to a flashcard. Alright, so before I can actually do that, there is some setup that I need to do on Anki, which is a flashcard application that we're going to use. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to install Anki if you're new to Anki. Alright, so I'm going to go here in my browser, and I'm going to type Anki. Alright, Anki, and all you need to do is click on download here. It's going to, okay, so this gets open. I don't need this, but I'm going to download Anki here. Depending on which operating system that you use, you can choose whatever version. Okay, so once this is installed and you've been through all of the steps, now we actually need to install an add-on on Anki. So I'm going to go in Anki here, and I'm going to click on Tools, Add-ons, and Get Add-ons. So Anki has this weird add-on system where you need to put in a code. So I'm going to go on in my browser, and I'm going to type Migaku Anki add-on, and the first link here on ankiweb.net is going to be the add-on here. And I'm going to scroll, and at the bottom I'm going to find the number here, which is kind of weird. Why would it need to be a number, and why is it at the bottom? It's kind of I guess it's one of those things with Anki. Anki is very powerful, but it's not super easy to use for some people. So I'm going to go back on my computer, and in Anki here I'm going to paste the code, click OK. It's going to download the add-on. It shouldn't take too long. It's not a big add-on, and then we're going to need to restart Anki so that it takes the changes into account. Alright, so I'm just going to wait. I'm just probably going to pause here, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back, and it actually took about I think 3 to 4 minutes, and here it says download complete. Please restart Anki to apply changes. I'm going to press OK, close it, and it's going to sync with the cloud, and then I'm going to open it again, and the changes should be taken into account. Okay, no problem with this. This is the firewall. There's no problem here. It's going to download this here, FFmpeg and FFprobe, which are extensions which are going to allow Anki to do some image and sound manipulation. So I'm just going to pause here again. Okay, so I'm back. It actually took about a minute, and now I have this pop-up here saying welcome to Migaku Anki. I'm just going to click next, and it's going to be pretty long. Actually, they're going to show us the features, but here it's already chosen for me, Japanese and Korean. Those are the languages that I am learning. The next browser extension is telling us to download the browser extension. Excellent instructions, by the way. If you're stuck at any step of the process, I recommend that you take a look at the instructions, but we've already done this. We've already installed the browser extension. Okay, and now the hotkeys, we don't care about that. Language syntax, we don't care about that. We don't care about that either. No. Okay, I'm going to disable this. This settings are specific to Migaku. You can let them check, but I'm going to uncheck this. Okay, because I have my own setup, but it's fine if you just let them. Okay, and now it's going to sync, and I think we should be good. Alright, so now finally we can go back to Netflix and actually start creating flashcards. So it was kind of a long setup, but well worth it. So I'm gonna go to Netflix here, and I'm going to say, this sentence here, I really like it. I'm going to click on export here. It's gonna go to the right time in the.
今俺もこんなことやってるけど、金ができたらこんなとこやめて英語。
There you go. So that's basically the flashcard. So it's opening the Migaku dictionary. I don't need it. Press wait, what is this? Oh yeah, I can just close it actually. There you go. I think it actually did not take into account the flashcard here. So let's click it again.
英語とか習ってさ、もっとすげえ夢を叶えてこんな。
Okay, there you go. Okay, so we have the pop-up here that appeared, and we had the dictionary, but here we have the flashcard that is going to be created. And essentially, you need to choose, if you're learning Japanese, you need to choose Migaku Japanese. If you're learning French, same thing, you need to choose Migaku French. Okay. And so that's you need to choose the note type so that the image and stuff, they're going to be populated in the right fields. So here, because I hadn't selected the right note type, then the flashcard that we've just created is essentially empty. So I'm just going to close this pop-up, and we're going to do the operation again.
今俺もこんなことやってるけど、金ができたらこんなとこやめて英語。
Alright, so actually, there you go. We have the flashcard is here. I hope I'm not gonna get into trouble with Netflix and YouTube for, copyright stuff. But now that we have the right note type, we have the sentence here in Japanese, and we have the translation in my native language. You can choose English, of course. And then you have the target words. Well, yeah, it's not very useful, but you have a screenshot, which is pretty amazing, and you have the sentence audio here. I don't think you're going to be able to listen to it. There you go. It's very high quality audio. And I'm just going to click on create card, but before this I'm going to go to Anki, and I'm going to create a deck called you can name it however you want, but I'm just going to give it a distinctive name so that you can we can see what it is. My Netflix flashcards. And it's going to be here, and I'm going to add it to this deck. I don't think it's going to appear actually because I just created it. Okay, that's too bad. I'm gonna look for a deck that's kind of empty. Wait, no, you know what? I'm just going to redo the flashcard. I'll pause, redo the flashcard, and I'll be back. Alright, so sorry about that again. I'm back here. I did the flashcard again, and now that I've actually reloaded the page, my deck is appearing here, my Netflix flashcards, and I have the sentence, the translation, and the screenshot and the audio. I'm going to click on create card, and now here is where the magic happens. I'm going to go to Anki, and you'll see that if I go to my Netflix flashcards, oops, something was loading, but I think now it's good. I'm going to go to this deck, custom study, and there's one card. Well, where does that actually come from? I wonder. I'm going to increase today's new card limit by 1 card. Okay, study now. And surprise, surprise, I have the the sentence in Japanese. Now, there's a bunch of weird annotations, this is not going to happen if you learn French or anything like that. Here Migaku actually does some extra stuff to give us the pronunciation and the tone sort of information, but there's some additional setup if you want to remove this. But here's a sentence. I'm going to press show answer.
英語とか習ってさ、もっとすげえ夢を叶えて。
And there you go. Here you can see that the screenshot has been added, and you have the sentence and you have the translation and all of the words in the sentence. And so here, that's basically it. We've made the flashcard, and I'm just going to press on good if I know it, and again if I don't. And I can just create a bunch of flashcards here from the stuff that I really love, and this is really amazing. So I think that's basically it for this video on how to on learning languages, learning a language with Netflix. I hope you really liked it. I realized it was a bit long and there was a lot of setup, but in my opinion, this is time well invested. So if you like this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments what you thought of this tutorial. See you in the next one.